Hi guys, welcome back to another video today. Today I'm going to be talking about how to actually align your energy with your desire, because everyone knows that you need to become your desire first on an energetic level before you will actually be a match for the desire, and then you actually get the desire. Everyone knows this. It's in the manifestation community, it's in the self-development community, everywhere under the name of acting as if, or scripting, living in the end state. This is everything to do with that, apart from nobody talks about it from an energetic level. No one actually talks about how to align your energy with the desire. They just talk about acting, right? But the most important part is the energetics. First of all, I'm just gonna mention that this is given that first of all, you know your desire. You know that your desire is an authentic desire, because we don't manifest from inauthentic desires, i.e. ones out of lack, ones that have come up, one that the brain has come up with, something like I should manifest this, I should achieve this, or I need this, which is again out of a place of lack. So this is given that your desire is an authentic desire from your heart, from your soul. It's truly aligned with the person who you want to become, not something that you just want to check off a list. Second of all, I want to mention that you won't be able to become a match for your desire on an energetic level unless your subconscious and your conscious are both in congruence with each other. I.e., if one wants one thing and the other wants another thing, then you're going to try and match your energy with the desire, but it's not going to happen because your subconscious is actively sabotaging your energy. It doesn't want you to achieve it. So first of all, on about this one here, your subconscious mind on a innate basis wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you secure. So when you try to manifest something, if it's deemed as scary in any way, if it's putting you into the unknown in any way, then recognize by doing the shadow work where your subconscious mind may be sabotaging you from actually aligning your energy with it. Because your conscious mind might be trying to align your energy through the journaling and the other inner work, but your subconscious mind is constantly on the lower frequency of I don't want this, which is pulling your frequency down overall, because your subconscious mind or your old self wants to stay safe, wants to stay comfortable, and doesn't actually want this new thing because it's just too high on the pedestal, or it's too far out of your reach, shall we say, for many reasons, from many trauma or any past event that's occurred in your life. So you have to recognize when your body is actually in congruence with your mind, right? Your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. When they're actually in congruence, then you can get this full body, most powerful, potent energy. Once those two are aligned, once your mind and body are connected and they're both in alignment, you've done the shadow work to eliminate any limiting beliefs that might be preventing you. So for example, a journal prompt might be, why am I scared? Why in any way am I scared of manifesting this? Or what's the worst that could happen if this did manifest? That's something to journal on, and then you will find reasons, may not be logical reasons, you might find reasons why you actually are a little bit distant, a little bit, what's the word, cautious of manifesting this desire, just in case something happens. Usually around fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, or fear of what people will think. Or on the other side of fear, we have the worth issues, the self-worth issues and deservingness issues. So those are the two reasons why your subconscious might be preventing you from doing it. But going into the video now, when this is a full body energetic yes, then we're able to manifest the desire. So given you've done the shadow work, this is exactly how to achieve that desire once you have done this shadow work associated with it. Then we can get on to this part. So how to align your entire energy by becoming your desire first. So I've written down my 3 main points, my manifestation triangle, which I've just literally, as I wrote these notes, turned it into an upside down triangle, which is why you will see this is a little bit different. This is gonna make sense. Any manifestation videos you have ever watched in your entire life, this is going to make the most sense. This is the entire reason why everyone talks about everything they do in manifestation content, apart from a lot of the time, the content that people put out there is very watered down, shall we say, for the purpose of content. Whereas I'm going to give you it in a really simplistic view here. And anything you ever see again about manifestation will fit into this triangle and it'll make a lot more sense. So I'm going to draw the triangle on my iPad here. Oh, we don't want red. I thought I clicked pink. Okay, so here's the triangle. Wait, no, it's going to be upside down triangle, okay? So here's the triangle. Let's move a little bit closer. The first point that is absolutely essential to becoming your desire on an energetic level first is your frequency. Okay, frequency. And first of all, your frequency, you are going to be able to align your frequency through these techniques. And this frequency won't work unless you do the other 3 things on the triangle, by the way. So this is, you know what, let's put like a little star in the middle. So there's your manifestation. So most people will be like, align your frequency, which this video is about, how to align your frequency. But it's about more than just your frequency. It's about your whole entire energy of your whole entire being. So frequency is just one way of aligning yourself with that desire. But unless you do the other things, you won't be able to align your entire body with the thing. It'll make sense in a second. So frequency, the best way to align your frequency is going to be through journaling. More specifically, gratitude journaling. There's many ways of doing journaling. You can do journaling, shadow journaling, I call it, for the shadow work part that I spoke about in the beginning. But for frequency, the best way to do it is gratitude journaling. Just aligning your frequency multiple times a day, I'm going to say in the beginning. And then once you feel yourself on that truly high vibe state, you see those things, the synchronicities, the positive events occurring, then you can lower it down to maybe once a day. Once you start seeing your mind actually is on that frequency without you even trying, then you can do gratitude journaling less. But we need to be training our mind at the moment, which is why when I first started gratitude journaling a few months ago, I did it multiple times a day, like after every activity. So I'd go to the gym in the morning, I'd come back, I'd gratitude journal about what I've just done. So going to the gym, I'd gratitude journal about my health, my fitness, my ability to work out, my strong heart, my ability, the fact I have an Apple Watch to, you know, you can go into the materialistic stuff like the Apple Watch, but a lot of the time you will find that your heart is way more happy and on a high frequency when you start thanking things that are natural. So outside of the Apple Watch, more like, I love my body. Thank you to even have the ability to walk, to be fit, to be young, to have this health, to be able to go to this gym down the road. All of these things are going to really align yourself the best. Another way to do aligning your frequency is waking up in the day and also going to sleep at night time and imagining all of the good things that you want to happen, and then at night time imagining all of the things the good things that did happen. So I'm gonna say imagine / give thanks. So in the morning, you're going to imagine your day going the best it can go. And at nighttime, you're going to imagine and thank for all of the good things that did happen. Feel super good. And then the shadow work side of this would be to do breathing exercises and imagine anything that you feel like you're holding on to energetically coming out of your chest and dissolving. So you can do both the light work and the shadow work, which I would recommend. But right now we're on about frequency. So the frequency part, right? The interesting part now is that the second part of this entire triangle, which is absolutely crucial for any manifestation, no matter what you're doing, and again will align with any book, any movie, any YouTube video you ever come across to do with manifestation, they will always mention something along the lines of believing. I don't know what else you want to call it. People call it different things. Having faith, it's believing. You can critically analyze any other content you watch on manifestation and they will mention something about frequency and believing. Believing, so frequency is to do with the light work. Believing is to do with the shadow work. So you're going to be doing the shadow work to uncover your belief system, the shadow work, or the inner work, shall we say, which is basically just the shadow work and the light work. The shadow work is what you're going to be doing. Well, let's call it the inner work. The inner work is going to be what you're doing to, number one, uncover the limiting beliefs that are preventing you from believing in yourself. Believing in the universe, source, whatever you want to call it, God. You need to believe in an external source, an energy, and also believe in yourself. If you don't believe that the universe has your back, that's the first step of this going down the drain. Then the second half is if you don't believe you can have it. If you don't believe you can create it, you don't deserve it, or you're not capable of doing it, then this triangle is gone. So this is the inner work you need to be doing. If you don't believe in an external source that's more powerful than you are, don't believe in yourself in terms of capabilities, or don't believe you deserve it or are worthy of it, that's the inner work you need to work on first, which we speak about in a lot of videos and also in Paid to Exist in extreme detail. So believing, you need to be able to believe in yourself and the universe to work in one massive, like divine power almost. You believe in yourself and the universe will give it to you. But if you don't believe in yourself, you're not giving the right signals to the universe and it'll give you something that's not aligned with you. So do the shadow work, the light work to believe in yourself. Uncover the things that are preventing you from believing in yourself first. Maybe it's revisiting past events in your life. Don't revisit everything and anything. Just ask yourself, maybe like a journal prompt. Relating to believing, you could say, what has led me to not believe in myself? What has led me to think I don't deserve this? Lead on that question. Write down anything that comes to your mind that is directly related to believing. Those are the things that'll come up. Those are the things you need to work on. This is the shadow work, and then the light work will obviously be the affirmations, like I believe in myself, I that. But those affirmations will be completely numb unless you've done the shadow work first to actually pull up the things that are blocking those affirmations. So that's the two things now. The third thing cannot happen unless you have these two things. Unless you do the light work to align your frequency and the inner work to align your belief system, this bottom one cannot happen, which again is the third most important part of manifestation that everyone in this entire universe will talk about when it comes to manifesting in general, and that is detachment. The reason I say that detachment cannot happen unless these are incongruent is because you will not become detached from your desire if you're on a low frequency. If you're in a lack mindset, you'll constantly be needing and wanting this thing to happen in order to make you feel better. You cannot detach unless you believe that it can happen. If you don't believe it will happen, you'll be constantly looking at the 3D for results, in which case you're not detached. These two cannot work together to cause this to happen unless they are both in congruence. If you're on a low frequency, you will not be in a believing state. If you don't believe in yourself, you will not be on a high frequency. See where I'm going with this? YouTube. These two need to be working in congruence. So here's a little arrow, another little arrow. These two need to be working in congruence, and this one cannot work unless both of these are working. This is why I turn this into an upside down triangle. You can screenshot this if you want to, come back to it later on. This is how it works. This is everything that goes into manifestation. No content in this entire world will not relate to something on this triangle. So the next part is, I've just wrote down a couple of notes here. Anything that you've come across before, acting as if, let's move over a little bit now. Acting as if is you detaching, is you living in the end state. Visualization, you visualize in order to help yourself believe and to heighten your frequency. Scripting you do to live in the end state to help you believe it's happening and to align your frequency with a positive one. Affirmations, you do affirmations to believe that it's going to happen and to heighten your frequency so you feel good about it. Everything, every single thing that you do, any manifestation technique will be around this manifestation triangle. Start with the triangle. Let's bring it up again. Start with the triangle. Wrap your head around it. Then, when you decide, okay, I need to focus on believing, then you can start thinking of what are the techniques that will help me to believe. Am I going to journal? Am I going to meditate? Am I going to revisit past events and do emotional freedom techniques, emotional release? Then you can seek out the ways of doing that. Or am I going to start with frequency because I'm at a low vibration? When I know that I want to start with frequency, I can then think, okay, what techniques then am I going to seek out that is going to raise my frequency? Maybe then you can journal on what do I love the most. You can start going into the light work of who I truly am, unlocking the goddess, unlocking the person that you were meant to be, your purpose, your divine, unique light. That's the kind of work you can then do when you realize that you've got a frequency problem. But the trouble is nowadays is that people jump straight into the techniques without realizing without asking if they actually need this technique or not. They will jump into the visualization in order to jump into the end state when the belief wasn't even a problem in the first place. It was a frequency thing, right? Or people will start immediately affirming and then wonder why affirmations don't work. And it's because they need to do the inner work in order to help them to believe before they'll even be receptive to any affirmations. You see where I'm going here? If you jump straight into the manifestation, the dream light work, you're being impatient. By skipping the inner work, which is spiritual bypassing if you've heard that before. And it means when you're impatient about it and you're skipping to the end result, which is what I did in the beginning of manifestation in 2019 when I first got into it, I immediately skipped to trying to manifest 10k months when my entire mindset was nowhere near aligned with the person of becoming the person that I wanted to become, of earning 10k months. My past did not tell me that that was possible. I completely was skipping the belief and the frequency and just skipping to scripting all day, every day, and then wondering why I didn't manifest 10k months by scripting. Like, why didn't it work? And then I'd go on YouTube and I'd watch all these manifestation videos when really all as I needed to be doing was starting to do the manifestation shadow work in order to realize why my body didn't want it. My mind wanted it, but my body didn't want it, or my subconscious didn't want it. And if I'd have done that, I'd have got probably a lot where I was faster. But if you're not ready, you won't get it. People say it's divine timing, but essentially, if you don't get it, it's not because the universe doesn't want you to have it, okay? There is no such thing as the right timing, essentially, because if you was aligned with it and you were ready for it, the universe would give you it. The universe is not telling you, no, you can't have this. It's saying, like, you are telling the universe what you want. You're telling the universe what you deserve. The universe does not tell you that. You tell yourself that. So if you don't get your manifestation, it's because you're not ready for it. You're not aligned with it yet. The universe is not rejecting anything. If you were aligned with it and you did the inner work in 1 week, not saying it's going to take 1 week at all, especially not with most people's schedules. It's not going to take you 1 week, but if you did it in 1 week, for example, suddenly in 1 week you would be aligned and ready, right? But if you never did that inner work to align yourself, 10 years time would go by and you would still be saying the universe doesn't want me to have it. The universe wants you to have everything you want. It will only give you what you're aligned with, though. It will only give you what your frequency is giving out. But if you're giving out a lack frequency and a lack of belief system, then that's what you'll receive in return. It's not because you need to wait a few more years and, oh my God, maybe one day when my job isn't there and all these people are disappeared out of my life, then I'll be ready. No, you tell the universe when you're ready by doing this inner work. And if you spiritually bypass and you avoid doing the inner work, it means that you don't truly want it because your body isn't ready to hold it. And if it did randomly hold it and manifest from a fluke, it would sabotage it. And then you'd be back to square one. There's a lot of people that will manifest random things, but they quickly slip away, or maybe they slip into a depression because they weren't ready for it. They didn't deserve it. They didn't think they deserved it. So now they're guilty that they got it, right? You see where I'm going here? It's a slippery slope. So everything will relate back to this triangle. This is the entire inner work system. I'm going to somehow link it to the top of my YouTube so that anyone can refer to this when they want to start their manifestation journey, because this is like the beginning of the journey. Like, when you understand this, you step into the self-reflection, and when you realize what you need to work on, you can then go and do it, and then you can then cause the whole thing to align up. This is not a fast process, guys. You guys know this. I mean, you're here for you guys know about self-development. Self-development is not a quick thing. What you need to work on to achieve that desire will present itself when you say that you want the desire. It's not like doing your whole entire life's work of inner work all in 1 week. It's not about that. It's about doing the inner work related to the desire that you want. And then when you come up with a new desire, there'll be more blockages that come up relating to that desire. And then eventually, yes, you'll have got through all of it. But don't try and do everything all at once. Just think of the things that are most aligned with your heart, the things that you really want to achieve. Those things focus on first, like the priorities, like the freedom or the passive princess lifestyle. What does your body want in order to achieve that? Realize what it wants in order to, what would feel best for it to achieve that. So for example, for me, a passive princess lifestyle is freedom in finances, freedom in location, freedom in time, freedom. That's probably what most of us want. So I will constantly be working on investing in myself so that I can evolve into the person that doesn't have to try to earn a living, to earn active income. It will all be passive. That's my idea of the passive princess lifestyle. So I pour all of my energy into the self-development around becoming that person. Whatever that is for you, firstly realize what it is that you want from your heart and your intuition, not from your head. Then you will be able to look at the triangle and be like, right, I need to work on this first, then this first. Then you can get that desire, and then you can work on to the next desire, revisit the triangle, right, where's my belief system lacking in this area, where's my frequency lacking in this area. You can work on it again, come up with the techniques, and then get that desire. This is how we go about every single desire, okay? So save this video for later on when you're coming up with a new desire. Work on this. Don't skip past any other video now. Actually go and do this work and come back to me later on when you're ready to evolve into the next desire and the next level of becoming your dream self. Okay, hope that video helped you. Leave any comments if you want any clarifications, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.